Hello, beautiful, empowered mom. Do you feel like there's absolutely no way out of this pain? And I'm not just talking about labor pain. I'm not just talking about birth. I'm talking about the pain that you feel in your heart and soul when it comes to what you really feel is right for you in having your baby. When you want to birth something wonderful into the world as a mother in your creative life, what is it that really calls to you? And does it feel like there's just no way out? Like all choices, all roads that you have been given just don't feel like the road for you, the path for you? Well, let me just tell you something. There is a way out. And I found it. I found the map. It's what I talk about inside of my book, Your Empowered Birth, which is available on Amazon right now. What is it? It is the 5 pillars of empowered birth. But more importantly, it's the 5 pillars of empowered motherhood. What this does is it is a roadmap to get you the truly authentic, beautiful life and motherhood journey that you have been destined to have, that you feel in your heart is what is right. When I was pregnant with my son years ago, I just knew in my heart and soul, I knew I could not birth him in the hospital. I felt that I would be too tense. I would not be able to freely express what I needed to express. I wouldn't be able to move through what I needed to move through. I wouldn't be able to surrender and be able to birth my baby in a way that would feel transformative. Instead, I was afraid that I was going to have a lot of pain, that I was going to have a lot of trauma, people taking away my power, leaving my dignity at the door, and letting others decide what my body was capable of and what they were going to do to it. What they were going to do to my baby, my poor, precious, innocent baby who I was destined to protect as their mother. I wanted to make sure that that baby came into the world without trauma, without fear, without pain. And so what I did is I chose to have a home birth. But I didn't know what I know now. And I lay it out inside my book, Your Empowered Birth, which is available on Amazon. Just go to the link in the bio and you can get it. It will tell you everything you need to know about the pain that I went through with my first child, the mistakes that I made that led me on the wrong path, the mistakes that ended up leaving me with a feeling like something was missing, like I hadn't been able to fully birth the way I deserved to, like something precious and beautiful was stolen from me that day. I reclaimed it bit by bit using the 5 pillars of empowered birth. And what I ended up doing is I birthed my daughter, and it was a completely different experience. Not only that, but there is a distinct difference between my 2 children, where my son had all this anxiety as a baby. He was very, very clingy and colicky, and he could not be put down. My daughter seemed to come out, and she just had this way about her, like she knew that she was safe. She didn't have that anxiety. I see the difference in my children. I see which one is fully expressed and which one is scared and still trying to open up again. And I've noticed something. When you have an empowered birth, you take your power back, not just for yourself, but for your children too. You also inspire your partner to be that protector for you. But when you let the system control you and tell you that there's only one way to birth, or they tell you about the natural birth traps that they give you, those natural birth traps, they say you have to induce your baby. You have to force your baby out before they're ready to come, before they're actually fully mature enough to be out on their own. You force them out and you create that trauma. Or they're born by cesarean and you are now traumatized because something has happened to your body that you were not expecting and you feel in your heart and soul was not right. You just feel like that was not the way that your baby needed to come out. In your intuition, you know the best way for your baby to be born. Sometimes that's medicine, but it's very, very rare. Very rare that you actually need the medical help. You were built to birth. You were made to do this, and you can do this. You can move through it. You can move through it with the 5 pillars of empowered birth. So this book is very short. It's not very long to read, But what it will give you is the roadmap that you need to have your most extraordinary birth experience, the one that will transform you and transcend you to a higher level of motherhood, so that you will be able to instinctively care for your baby. You'll have the confidence to birth. You'll be able to come to your birth from a place of power instead of a place of fear. Go get your copy now. It's available on Amazon. So go to Amazon and check out Your Empowered Birth. Or the link's in the bio. You can learn more about what this book does for you. You can hear about the beautiful success stories that have already happened. Like my best friend and partner, Jenny, who came to me and she was just broken. She felt like something precious had been taken from her. She didn't even know what had happened to her. She asked to take my classes just so that she could understand what had truly happened to her, what had truly been stolen from her. And bit by bit, she clawed it back until one day she got pregnant again before she even thought that she was going to be ready. And she ended up transcending what her expectations had been. Jenny had so many obstacles against her. So many people were telling her that she couldn't do this. She was 41. She had gestational diabetes. She had chronic high blood pressure. And she'd had a previous cesarean. People thought that she could not do this, but she did. She had a completely unassisted hospital birth after cesarean. And she took her power back. And now she is thriving. She is so powerful in her own right with her daughters. They are learning from her. They are gaining the wisdom, and she is passing that out into the world. And Jenny and I are going to be working on something in the near future, so stay tuned. There's also so many other empowered birth stories that I'd love to share with you, including mine, inside of Your Empowered Birth. So again, go pick up a copy right now. Go to www.empoweringmomsbirth.com/book, or the link's in the bio. Thank you so much. I know that you can do this. You can have the most beautiful birth experience. It does not have to be painful. You do not have to birth in sorrow. It does not have to be traumatic. You can birth in a way that feels like you are just a powerful goddess. Creating new life is what you are designed to do, and you can birth that life, and you can do it in the most beautiful, transcendent experience that is also going to inspire your partner to be that support for you and stand for you and be able to raise your children with love and protection, and know that you, as their parents, are their best teachers and you are the best experts. Thank you again. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.